So,
You
did you see the topic? Please say yes. Okay. Probably you didn't see. That's not okay, but anyway. Oh, okay. Ordy. This is the day that you will talk? Ordy.
ওখান সাইকেল দেন ঠিক করে
Uh, people are busy. People are so busy. Bum. Mohammed.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello.
hello. Hello, bro.
Hello.
Hello, all verified account. You can follow me. I also followed back you. If you comfortable, you follow me. My account is unverified.
Okay. It's not comfortable for me.
Okay, bro. No problem.
Cool.
Okay, so thank you.
Bye bye. Take care. Okay. Ordy. I'm waiting for you. Don't worry. I will not discuss with you. Uh, where are the people? I'm cooking now. Okay. You can give some recipe. That would be cool. Since people are not interested in my philosophical topics, maybe they want to eat something. I don't know. Let's try. Oh, Freud is in the room. Man, that's not psychology, it's philosophy.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, philosopher.
Hello.
So, are you a believer?
I'm not a believer.
What are you?
What?
So, what are you? Do you don't believe atheist or agnostic?
If you're not a believer, that means you're not a believer. Non believer, right?
Okay,
So, yeah, not believing makes you an atheist automatically. Doesn't matter, you're
yeah,
agnostic.
okay,
Yeah, if you don't believe,
yeah,
you're an atheist. If you're an
yeah, same here.
agnostic, you can be a believer or a non believer.
Okay, I see. I don't like this word play. Like people always play like word of agnostic, atheist.
What you don't like exactly about that?
Like them every time you argue with an atheist or anything related to that, and they always ask, "What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this?" So
But
I am not
I
a
think
dictionary.
if
That's
you're
why I get
but
it irritated.
if you're using those terms, maybe you should give an explanation. I think that they deserve that.
Okay. But
Yeah.
I don't use in the first place. They
You don't use?
this yeah, I'm just start arguing like what are the proof, but they goes like what should I say? Our existence and like consciousness, exactly. They ask us start arguing about consciousness and very, what do you say, unique fancy words which I don't even know. And then even if I say a simple word, they ask about an definition.
Okay.
hello guys, what you talking about?
Hello. Q and B. You're talking about God.
Oh, oh my god.
You're God. Did you don't you see the topic?
Are you guys believing God?
I don't.
Uh,
I don't so.
okay, dude.
Do
Why?
you?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
Okay.
many non-believers here. Many
Uh,
non-believers.
Where you guys from?
Hey, man.
Where?
Well, why are you changing the topic? We're talking about God here.
so why
Oh,
do you don't believe philosopher?
Why I don't believe a God exists because I don't have sufficient evidence. That's why.
Okay. Hmm. So since there is no believer, can I ask you some questions which a believer friend of mine asked me?
Okay, cool.
Okay. So wait a second. Let me think first. Hmm.
Okay. Oh, you're thinking about right. Okay. Take your time. Let's see.
he's
Let's
so
check it out.
simple, dude.
Like he always says to me that it's some if what you say the evolution is based on the random changes. How can we get a consciousness, and how can you trust this consciousness which is so random?
Okay. And what's the purpose of the question?
He says the only way we can trust our consciousness is that believing that someone intelligent creature created us. Otherwise we
Okay.
can't trust our consciousness.
Oh, okay. No, no one tells that we should trust our consciousness. Like, I didn't see anyone saying, "Hey, you know what? We should trust our consciousness." Like, I didn't see such a person in my life. Did you see anyone like that? Hey, man, you know what? We don't know how our consciousness exists, but you should trust it. You should trust it. Did you see someone like that?
Yeah.
I don't think so. So it's like trusting is not an issue here, okay? But when it comes to how consciousness exists, that's a hard question. That's a very hard question,
Okay.
and we don't have very good understanding about this topic. So asking questions about something we don't know clearly doesn't make any sense. I mean, it doesn't help anything. Okay, since we don't know
Okay.
how exactly, it doesn't mean anything, right? You can't say someone created it. So maybe you should ask questions back, okay, in such cases, because you should accept that you don't have a good answer for this question, okay.
Okay.
At least I accept that I don't have good answer for the consciousness question. But what about God? What about someone? When you say someone created it, that someone must have consciousness also, right?
Yeah, yeah. The chain will
Okay.
go on for 100 years.
Okay. And those believers, they believe that that consciousness exists by itself. No one created it. Then ask the same question: how can you trust the consciousness of God? Because no one created it. If it's
Yeah.
important for them, okay, to trust the consciousness, tell them not to trust their God because their God's consciousness hasn't been created by anyone. That's what they believe. Okay. And maybe that can help them, or that at least,
Yeah.
you know, they may understand some problems in their reasoning because they believe that, oh, wait a second, we should trust the consciousness, but how? Oh, wait a second, someone must create it. All these are flashes things, okay, flashes claims. Doesn't make any sense. But you can just show them that they do something that they ask for. They already do that. They believe God has a consciousness. They believe no one created it. And if this is possible, just show them, hey, look, if that's possible, why not this one? If you don't, if you trust it, why you don't trust this one? If trust is an important topic for you,
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's all
Like
I
if
can say.
someone created a god, there must be someone who created a god.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and
the
that.
chain will never end.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Maybe like they should accept that because if they trust God, God's consciousness, that means someone created it according to
Yeah.
their own reasoning. I use such reasoning in nearly all my discussions.
What?
I use such a way of reasoning. Okay, while I'm discussing with those people, I take their claims and I just
Okay.
mirror what they say. Okay,
Yeah.
like to be able to make them understand that, hey, that there's a problem here. I just reflect their own reasoning. I like to do that.
The problem on this platform, like if you go, I don't know about everyone, but I went through this multiple times. When I go to a chat room with believers, they always want, whenever they want to say, they mute me, and then they unmute me for a little bit of time, and they don't let this other person speak. They always try to speak their facts and try to win in their own mind. But
I see, I see. Oh, here it happens also. If people start not making sense, I also mute them. Okay, but in your case, I don't know. I didn't see. Maybe you were now making sense. Maybe that's why they muted you. Or maybe they were just
no, no.
assholes. Maybe that's why they muted you. I don't know. Okay. But
And
like,
like whenever I
don't
ask
get
a question,
frustrated.
they wanted to ask a counter question, and before
Oh,
answering my question, they mute me and tell me answer this first, answer this first.
okay. Let me follow you to make you closer to be verified, so that you can create
Yeah,
your own
I
room.
was verified. Like I went to offline few days and used the followers.
Okay, okay. Can you please follow this guy, Goku? Hey, Mauricio.
I followed
Uh,
you back.
Jack. There are two Jacks in the room. Yeah, seems like this
One
guy's a
Jack is
nice guy.
unverified.
And yeah, you can create your own rooms and then you can have more time to speak if you like to speak, like me.
Yeah, yeah. I want someone a believer here so that he can argue. As we
Mm,
both are not a believer,
okay, okay,
that's
okay.
what you say, chamber,
Yeah,
echo
but
chamber.
echo chamber, yeah. Like we don't like it, right?
Yeah.
Who my previous room, many people in the room. Oh, what are they doing there? And by the
Jack,
way, Jack, uh, Black Cloud stays in my room for a day right now so far.
Yeah, I know.
Is he okay?
He's sleeping.
Sleeping. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? What like there's some glitch on the website or what?
No,
That's
no,
my
he's
room. I was like, what's going on?
he does that all the time.
Okay, okay. And people are joining in his room.
Well, I went in there to wake him up,
Ah, okay, okay. Oh,
and
this
I said,
guy.
"Wake up," and he wouldn't wake up. So I'll come back in about another hour, and
Okay.
I'll go in there and I'll tell him to wake up again because, like, he's been sleeping. I was working it out, and I says, "Oh shit, he's been sleeping for about 9 hours."
9 hours.
And
Oh my god, I'm envious. Nine
yeah, but
hours.
so I don't know what time he went to bed though. I know it was around about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm,
And I'm thinking, and that's when I started trying to work out when he went to sleep. But
okay.
yeah, but he does that all the time. Like it doesn't have to be your room; it can be anybody's room. He goes
Mhm.
into room. Yeah, he does it
Ah,
all the
that's okay. I mean, I don't mind.
time.
Okay. Jordan Peterson, Flying
okay,
Bird.
I found your channel. I subscribed it.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate that. And you will see a lot of lives from this
Yeah,
website, I hope. And
yeah.
sure, you will find other videos also.
Mm,
I want to increase the content, different type of content also
yeah.
about similar topics.
Have you found any believer that whom questions uh, surprised you, or you didn't have an answer for them?
Unfortunately, I'm not being surprised for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, that may sound a little bit arrogant for many people. What can I say? If I'm not surprised, that means I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, let's try it again. I hope I can create. But before doing that, let's transfer. Um,
Mm,
okay, I'll be in the other room. If you want to join, you're free to join. If not, thanks for joining this room. I'm
okay.
jumping. Adios, adios. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. Okay, so people, people.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Are you hearing me?
Do you hear me? Yes,
Hello.
I do. Seemingly, you didn't hear me. What a question. Okay. Who?
Hello,
Hello.
Hello,
can you
Hello.
tell me please?
Guardian in front of you. So, where are you from?
Hey, this is not for
I'm
where are you
from
from, okay?
Bangladesh. You are?
Oh my
Also,
god.
Wait.
I want to know about you.
Okay. You cannot flirt in this room. That's not the time. It's not a proper time for flirting in this room. It's
Check
not
the
entirely
webcam message,
forbidden,
brother.
but the purpose of this room is different. You should know that. Yeah, but if you guys liked each other for some reasons, maybe you should find another room. Okay. Thanks. I accept that as yes. I accept the silence as yes. Okay, people, welcome to the room. I hope some of you guys had seen the topic and there's a welcome message here. Yeah, is there any believer in the room? It doesn't have to be a believer. Goku, okay? It can be a non-believer. We can have a discussion with non-believers also. It's okay.
Yo, I'll see.
Yeah. So sometimes we find really hard atheists, and there can be some good discussions with them also. So I'm not hard atheist.
What do you mean by hard atheist?
Okay,
Hard,
hard
there
atheist.
are they different?
Sure, there are two types of atheism. Hard
Okay.
atheism. Hard atheist people, they claim that there's no God. There is no God
Okay.
at all. They're sure that there's no God. And
And the soft atheist, what they say?
soft atheist is also called agnostic atheist,
Okay.
which is
You see.
they
There
don't
is no
know
God.
they don't know whether God exists or not, but they don't believe that a God exists. They mostly say,
Yes.
"Oh, I lack the belief in God. I don't have the belief. I'm not convinced that a God exists." That doesn't mean there's no God, or that doesn't mean I am convinced that there is no God. I'm not convinced that a God exists. That's the position
Okay.
of soft
They are
atheism.
a maybe person. I see.
Maybe person, yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
They
I'm
always say maybe.
famous YouTuber. Tell me about your contact to support you. Why? Why you want to contact the people if you're a famous YouTuber?
I
What's
will come
this
back with my
neighbors?
response.
I'm so
Why
sorry that
no one
you're
is
getting the
talking?
worst kind of people that are anything but interested in. Thanks for sharing my feelings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But maybe we can catch the people through the YouTube. I don't know. I hope we
Yeah.
can reach that level so that we can find speakers through the YouTube who are really interested in the topics. Because this platform is not especially for having, just chats about these kind of topics. It's mostly for practicing languages. That's why we don't see people always who cares about the topics.
Yeah.
So, but I hope
Some are just to find a friend. or
Yeah.
platforms.
Yeah. But
There is a question in the chat
what's the
by
question? How do they call
D-
people who lost their religion and now don't believe and don't promote atheism? Like, we should be more clear about that. Jairo, can you speak up? No. Okay, so here's the question. The person does believe
who?
in God or not? It's all about believing and not believing.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
don't, he's an atheist.
Yeah, if you
That's
don't
it.
believe, you're an atheist. If you believe, you're a theist. There's nothing tricky about that. It's simple. Okay, many people join here, mostly without caring about the topic. But we have specific topics in the room. I
Hello,
hope
Brave.
someone wants to have a conversation or a discussion about my topics.
Just talking about there is no God. So who created this universe?
If there's no
Yeah,
God, who created the universe is a fallacious question. It's a fallacious question. But before answering your question, let me check the chat box. Not necessary. I mean, theism means to have some religion. Doesn't need to be connected to God itself. Okay, like you can call deist if the person believes in God but doesn't follow any religion. So if you can call this. So let's get back to the other guy. Who was speaking? Brayman? It was you or another guy? So who
just
created
answer
the
this question.
universe? Is if there's no God, it's already a fleshless question because you believe that the universe must be created by someone. You believe in that. And that might
Yeah,
might not be the case. We don't know whether the universe has a creator or not. So asking who did it is fallacious. For example, imagine that there's something on the table, but somehow it's not on the table anymore. It's on the floor. And you come and say, hey, who did it? Who did it? Oh, wait a second. The answer is not someone. It was just windy and that thing fell from the table because of the wind. The
Yeah,
answer is not someone, okay?
doing
So
something.
when you ask who did it, that doesn't mean necessarily always the answer is someone, okay?
Yeah,
That's why
but the
it's a false
wind
question.
generated the force. The wind generated the force that made the thing on the table fall.
Okay, and?
There was an action. So
Okay.
it didn't just happen like
Yeah.
out
But
of
the
nothing.
wind is not someone, right?
Yeah, but it's something. It's not
Okay,
a
something,
person,
not
but
someone. Yeah, it's
yeah,
something,
we're
not
not.
someone. Okay, so
It's
if
not a human. It's not a human hand. It's something. Something
is
happened.
something. Okay, so do you
Yeah.
understand the difference between something and someone?
By someone you mean a person or an entity,
N-
something or someone.
Like again, we're saying something and someone, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So
What
when we say
what's the
someone,
difference?
we attribute a personality, right? It doesn't have to be a human, and that's
Intention, you mean?
what
Intention, you mean? Someone has intention to do something.
someone with intelligence, consciousness, awareness.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it can be a god also. But if not, if it's like wind, that's not someone, right?
Yeah.
And an atheist person doesn't say that everything came from nothing. That's a really false conception. Why people just think about only that thing? I don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay, but like when you were saying, but there is the wind, there is an action. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
sure, there is
it's an
something, right? And
yeah,
I
okay,
didn't say that universe
so
came from nothing, right?
the issue is we both agree that it did not come from nothing. So the
Oh no,
question
we
is
don't agree. We don't agree. I just don't know how universe exists. Okay, I'm not claiming
so
that the universe came from nothing. But if not
mhm.
nothing, okay, then the answer is either something or someone, right?
Yeah, by the example you gave, like
Yeah,
things don't
exactly.
just happen out of nothing. If
I
something is here,
don't
so
know
if
that.
the example you gave, if the thing fell off the table, then something made it fall. Maybe it's the wind, maybe it's
Something
someone who made
caused,
the
yeah.
decision.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a
something
causation.
caused. Okay, so if the cause of the universe, here's the question for
Yeah.
you, okay?
Mhm.
If the cause of the universe is something like wind,
Mhm.
would you call it God?
Yeah, then we have to examine the universe and see, is it plausible that this universe is caused by something like the wind, something without a plan, without intention. So if you look at the rules of the universe, if you look at the orbits of the planets, if you look at the laws of physics, there are laws. There are laws. There are very sophisticated laws that
Oh.
we needed thousands of years of mathematics to understand them. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a stretch. It's a stretch to say that it
Yeah.
happened by something, like it was all like the wind pushing a thing off the table. Sounds fake.
You're breaking, man. You're breaking, man. But here's the thing. So when you say, "Oh, then we should examine the universe. We should look at the universe. There are laws in the universe," and that suggests someone.
Mhm.
To me, it's not acceptable because when I look at the same universe, I see a lot of things that seems like it's working randomly. So, like, look at the even in our solar system. Okay, you
Mhm.
will see millions of objects in our solar system just going crazy like randomly, like their orbit is like they have different orbits and it's very chaotic. Like you don't know how chaotic even our solar system is.
Yeah,
And
but
when
there's the
you look at
question
the
that
galaxies are also chaotic. And like you know that galaxies can collide each other, right?
Mhm.
So to me
Yeah,
it
but
doesn't
then
seem
there's
like someone created all those things.
okay, but there's the argument that other things that we did not understand in the past used to seem chaotic to us. So we used to
Right?
look at the other things in the universe that we did not understand in the past may have
Uh-huh.
looked chaotic to us. So things like the examples you gave that right now we may see as chaotic, maybe there are laws of physics that we are yet to understand.
Okay, like the existence of
Yeah.
law to like physics that yeah, it doesn't say that things are created by someone. So it's happening in the same physics. The things that I mentioned, they're in the same physics,
Yeah, of
but
course.
they behave randomly. Okay, so if there was an
No, they don't.
intention, the solar system, I could say it could.
How do they behave randomly? Like
Um,
every galaxy turns around its own sun.
every
Like
galaxy
there's
turns around its own sun.
yeah, the
What are
laws
you
of
saying?
Newton, like the laws of Newton, they apply everywhere. Wherever there's an
No, it
object
doesn't
of
apply
a
Hey, buddy, we can
everywhere.
talk
It cannot
about
apply
Elon
in
Musk.
black holes.
He's also atheist.
What?
We can talk about Elon Musk. He also atheist person. So he also believed that someone, uh, there
A
a
person can
man
believe
or
anything he
something like
want
that,
to.
I don't give a
need a man
shit
to
about
create this universe.
Elon Musk. Like he's not fucking here, so we cannot have a discussion with Elon Musk. Okay, no need to talk about someone else who's not here. Okay,
Okay.
I don't give a shit why he believes or he doesn't believe. But the thing is, like the things doesn't seem someone created them. And yeah,
really?
yeah, like you can just look at the where you want. So you want to look at the physics, the physical laws. Oh, you say, oh, wait a second, that must be created by someone. Okay, let me ask you a question. So seemingly you believe a God exists, right?
I do.
Do you think that God is random and chaotic?
Random and chaotic? I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay, so it
I
like
don't think
that means someone created God.
someone created God.
Yeah,
That would imply that God is an entity to be created.
doesn't matter.
But
Like I don't care what
the
it
fact
implies, but the fact
no
that
no
if something is not random, if something is not chaotic,
no, it's
according to
not
your
something.
logic, someone must created it.
No.
That's your reasoning.
Yeah, but you're saying God is something. I'm saying it's not something.
I don't care what is
It,
God. Okay. Well, my question was, do you think God is chaotic and random? I didn't say anything else. I didn't say something. Okay.
yeah, I
I
said
said,
no. I said no.
yeah. You
And
said
then you
no.
and then
So
and then you said
if some
you said who
some
created God?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
If something
that's
or
your question.
someone,
That was your
if
question.
something or
I
someone
just
doesn't
answered your
fucking
question.
mute you.
Hello?
Oh my god. So the thing
Philosopher.
is, let me finish. Let me finish.
It's annoying. It's annoying. Yes. When you finish, please, can I say something,
Yes,
please? When
you
you
will
finish.
say.
Thank
You
you.
will say. I
Thank
will
you.
make it very, very short, okay? So it doesn't matter something or someone. If that thing is not chaotic or random, according to your logic, someone must have created it, okay? So you look at the universe, you said, oh, there are physical laws and other things. I believe someone created it. Okay. So that means it cannot exist by itself. Okay, no problem. Look at your God. Your God is not random. Your God is not chaotic. Then I will suggest that someone must have created your God because it cannot exist like that. That's your logic. If
No,
one thing or
my
if someone
logic.
can exist without
Can I
any
reply?
cause, then anything can exist without any cause in an order.
Yeah, but in your assumption, my God is a thing. It's an
I
entity.
didn't
You
say
said
that. I didn't
you
say
did.
anything. Sorry. I like if I
I
said
wrote. I
I'm
wrote.
He's
sorry.
putting words in your
If
mouth.
I said it, no, I'm sorry. Like I don't mean something or someone, okay? Whatever you think your God is, doesn't matter, okay? You said
Yeah.
that it's not chaotic or random.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So that means someone created your God.
Why?
Because according to your reasoning, universe cannot exist like this. There's an order in the universe.
Because
And
the
it
universe
requires
is an entity. It's a
so
physical
what?
entity.
Is there any rule that only physical entities require someone to exist?
Yeah, I did not say that God is a physical entity. We do not
But
understand
doesn't
what
matter. Like,
God
how do you
is.
know God works? How do you know that? You don't know that.
I don't. Yes,
So then
exactly.
why
I
are you
don't.
making claims with evidence, without knowing God?
I'm not making
Exactly.
claims. I'm saying I don't know what God is, and therefore I
Ah,
cannot. I
that
cannot
saves you
say
from proving anything, right?
I don't know what God is, so I
Uh-huh.
cannot say
But you said
how
God is
God
not
is
random
made.
and chaotic, so you're saying something
Yes,
without knowing, right?
his actions,
So why are you saying?
his actions prove that he's not random or
Okay,
chaotic.
like
But
these are the
he's
actions of the universe also. That's why you think that it's not random chaotic because there are physical laws. These
yeah,
are also
the
based
uni-
on the
uni-
actions of the
but
universe.
the universe is a physical thing. It's a manifestation
So
of
what?
something.
There's no any rule in the existence that say that only physical entities follow the same rule. You don't know that. Anyway,
No, we have physical laws.
Like, wait your turn, okay?
All
So
right.
Axel Brannis, it's time for you.
Yes. Hello, all. I
Yeah,
hope you
but
are.
I hope we make it
Yes.
short because
Yes, of course. I will make it short. Yeah.
yeah, we may return back to the same guy.
Yes, of course. I just
Cool,
want to
thank
give
you.
you a remark because you are here. You are not here to really found a solution for your question because I see that you're trying to be the opposite, even if we give you all the the justification, every time you try to be opposite, I feel that
No,
you are, yeah,
Axel,
yeah.
I don't care about your feelings and you're wrong, okay? You're false.
Yeah.
Please stop making
Okay.
judgments about the people you don't know, okay? That's not
No,
good.
no, no, no,
That's
not
not
like this,
cool.
because I'm listening to
That's like
the
this.
conversation with the
Yeah,
other
and
guy.
that conversation is not enough to judge someone in that way, okay?
So I will give you my position on this. My position on this is that if you are with yourself, you are, you feel that there is a God, so go it.
If you feel that there's a God, go with it. Okay.
Yeah,
People can go with it. So I don't have a problem.
yeah. So I hope you too, you will not have a problem at after.
Sure. What do you mean?
Maybe when we did, maybe if we found that there is a life after,
Oh,
maybe you would find some problems.
oh, what about you? Maybe you will find some problems, Axel.
Why?
But
Why?
what if you chose the wrong God?
No, because no, it's not depend on this. It's depend on
Depends on what?
emotion, because if I have a really belief,
Okay.
it's like a dream. It's like a dream. It's like you dream. You dream just
Okay.
like a baby. You dream just with a good dreams because you don't know anything. You just believe in what you are, what you are following. But you, or if you have this question, so maybe your dream will be so sad. That's
I
the
don't know.
point.
Be so sad. I don't see any point here. Like you're just bullshitting right now, Axel.
Okay.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, you're
You
just
don't making a
bullshitting.
point.
Yeah, but
Okay, sorry.
here's the
This is my
case,
point.
Axel.
But I'm believing in
Again,
this,
like,
honestly.
you have a bullshit point. You should know that first of all. But whatever your belief is, okay, you have a belief, okay. I don't know what's that exactly, but
Mhm.
if there's an afterlife, your belief might be false. You don't know that. You just believe that you believe in the right thing. What if you believe in the false thing?
Exactly.
I should not know because
Should
I
not
don't
you should
believe
not
on it.
know.
Yes,
You don't believe in what?
on the other things that you are trying to say now.
I'm not saying anything for you to believe in. Like, man, like, do you understand me? English? You
Mm,
have a belief right now, right? You believe in
don't ask me like
something.
this. Yes, yes, of course I'm believing on something.
Okay,
Yes, I say
doesn't
it in the
matter. I
beginning.
don't care what you believe. Okay, but
Mhm.
whatever you believe might be false. Do you understand that?
But you know, as
Do you
as I say,
understand that it might
no,
be
no,
false? Do
no.
you understand that?
How can we know that it might be false?
Yeah, you don't know. I don't know. That means you might be false.
Maybe me, I have a
Yeah,
strong
if
belief.
maybe
So that,
you are false, if maybe you are false, then maybe you're fucked up.
no, no, no. Don't say like this,
No,
brother.
no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no, no.
respect
Why?
you.
I don't think you
Oh,
respect me because you're not trying to understand what I'm saying. That's not respect,
you too.
okay?
You are not trying to
Oh,
understand also.
really? Really? That's what you think?
Okay, so sorry, brother. Okay, I'm just trying to help you, but as I
Help
as
about
I
what?
said, you are not trying to understand. You're trying to be opposite.
I
But
will
sorry.
I will mute you. But I told you that you should keep your fucking judgment with yourself, okay? So you don't know me enough to judge me like this. What you bring was bullshit. That's why I don't accept that. That doesn't mean I will reject everything. But yes, most likely I will reject everything because people are not coming with good evidence, okay? People mostly they come like you. They just bullshit. That's why I don't accept. And then you say, you look at yourself. You don't accept anything. You will never accept anything. If you keep giving me bullshit, yes, I will never accept. Maybe you're right about that. Maybe you know that all people will come with bullshit. But if someone one day comes with a good evidence, I will accept that, okay?
Exactly.
And you didn't
They
know
never
that.
come up with an evidence and they want us to believe.
Yeah, they come, oh, well, what if we die and there's an afterlife and you will be bad? What if?
The
Oh, really?
question always start with a what if.
Yeah, and what if you are believing in the wrong God? What about that? Why you don't think about that?
What if the God is not what you say good? What if he is evil? You don't want to
Or what if there's a
create
God
a
who hates believers? What about that? Let's suppose
exactly.
there's a God. God hates believers. That's the God.
Yeah.
Because God didn't send any good evidence, but somehow people just believe in God. And this God doesn't like that.
Yeah.
What
There
about
could
that?
be anything.
Well, what if atheists will be in the heaven because they don't
The
believe in
funny
God because there's no good evidence
the
for them?
funniest thing is that he said, I don't believe. Uh, there's nothing I said. You said that is to
Oh,
believe.
Jack, this is your guy?
Yeah, Falcon. Yeah, remember he came in yesterday and he says
Oh,
he to us today,
and you were
right?
waiting for an answer for some time.
Yeah, and he came in the room and I said to myself, oh, he's got the answer. And now he's saying he needs even more time.
Okay, man.
So
Like,
lied
give
to
time,
us.
people. Come on, Jack. Give time.
Yeah, but like, I want the answer before I die.
Before you die. Maybe
Yeah,
you should ask the same question to other people also. Don't wait the answer only
I do.
from him.
Well, there's other people in the room.
Okay.
Every time I ask him questions, it's not like I drag him off into a single room. I always ask him, like it could be a room full of 20 people. and I still ask him the same questions, but he keeps coming back with nothing.
Okay.
And he's
man,
and he's in Saudi Arabia. He should know all the answers. He's
I
got
mean,
access to more imams than I got to liquor shops.
maybe you should ask some other questions.
Well, I've got to start with, I have other questions, but he keeps brushing them all under the table. He
Okay.
reckons that, like I always ask different questions, so like I don't get answers to any question, anything, and then he starts saying, yeah, and then he starts going into his little mantra and lying and saying,
Okay.
"Oh, the hadiths don't
Jack,
say that," and
what
Aisha
about
wasn't.
this? Well, what about this? What if you ask questions that don't require research?
Well, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
well,
but that's what I'm doing. Like, you see, mostly I don't
well,
ask people questions that will take time for them to, research.
well, like, okay, well, what sort of question would that be? Like how old Aisha was? Does that require research?
I think, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Oh, and then
What about?
what's your like purpose about that conversation?
Oh, I don't know. I don't. It has just to see if he agrees with the hadiths, and he seems to disagree with all the hadiths, and then he disagrees with the Quran, and then it's like, well, if you've got all these disagreements, how can you be called? Why do you call yourself a Muslim?
Okay, I don't know the case exactly. Falcon, can you talk?
That doesn't require research, does it? Because then my bullshit meter goes off, and I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe he's pretending, because like he's had 40 years to read the Quran, read the Hadith, and here I am. I come along and ask simple questions, and I don't get any answers. He prays 5 times a day. That's like 5 times more research than I do.
Okay.
But then he uses these really good excuses, like, oh, I'm only a human, right? And I thought, well, so am I. So what? And he goes, oh, well, humans make mistakes. And then I say to him, well, maybe you made a mistake and picked the wrong religion. Because I would hate it that he picked the wrong one because he didn't do his research, That would be like, oh, gee, you fucked up there, didn't you?
Okay. Jack, by the way, why you don't start your own YouTube channel? There are many fans.
Oh, you're the 1,000th person who said that to me.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
They all, a lot of people go, you're so funny, you should start your own channel.
Well, I say that because people join YouTube and they say, I love the Australian.
Yeah, I know they do. But
you should spread the love.
I do. I'm spreading it on your channel.
But mine is slow. Maybe it will not grow. Okay. Maybe you can do better.
It might do because, it probably won't because, like when I ask questions, I don't get any answers, and that like then it's like, well, then the conversation's over, right? So we hit a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
Right. When you hit a brick wall, it's like, well, where do we go from here? Right. So I've got to bring up something else and something else and something else, and easy ones,
Mm-hmm.
like like there's a sunset in muddy water, right? That's pretty easy.
Well, for your case, it's not only about sunset and muddy water. Like, you guys speak about politics, food, and many other things.
Oh no, fuck politics.
Look, me too. Yeah.
I just like, I try to ask people questions what they should know something about. Like if you went to school and you studied math, I'd ask you math questions. And then when you say I don't know the answer, it's like, well, I don't really think you did study math. I'm calling you out on it. It was like Yeah, it was like that guy the other day when he came in the room and he said that he studied quantum mechanics.
Oh, I
And
remember the lazy
yeah,
student. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, lazy. I think he's a failed student, right?
Yeah,
Because
fail.
when people come in and they say, "Oh, I'm an architect," and I'll give them questions about how to build a building, and they don't know, it's like, what sort of fucking architect are you? So I have to question them on their abilities, and they seem to fail. Like, I don't know if you noticed that when I asked him that question, he left.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, his internet went down when I asked questions because they don't want you to question. They just want to like go, oh, look, I'm a smart guy. I know about quantum mechanics. And it's like, well, okay, well, I want to learn. Tell me about it. And when it comes time for the hard crunch, it's a bit like me saying, are you a Muslim? And they go, yeah, I am, but I know fucking nothing about it. Same thing. Like
Mhm.
Falcon.
Can I interject for a second?
Of course you can.
Okay. So my problem, philosopher, with these type of discussions is the moment we start, we end up being Islamophobic. So it's not
Oh,
we're not talking about religion. We're just hating on Muslims.
okay.
No,
For
we're not.
example,
We're asking questions.
one of the questions that Bulldog is asking is about Aisha.
Okay.
And some Muslims believe that the Prophet Muhammad, married her when she was 9. And Bulldog is so sad, and he feels like this was inhumane that a man in his 50 would marry a 9-year-old. And I'm thinking,
6-year-old.
oh,
Six,
6,
six.
and I'm thinking to myself, like,
Don't
every
think to
day,
yourself,
wait a
six,
minute,
say
wait a minute, wait a minute.
Hey,
Every
Jack.
day, thousands and thousands of Aishas are being killed in Gaza, and we're not concerned. So we are worried about someone who lived 14 centuries ago. We are so worried that he was not
Hmm.
humane, but we're so you see the contradiction here. Something is off.
Okay, you
Something is
can't.
not right.
Yeah, but you cannot call it contradiction, Falcon, because people have different concerns. They don't have to care about the topics that you care. That's the topic that he cares. Okay, so
So okay,
if
so
you
Yeah,
want
one
to
one
can
share,
topic one topic is about pedophilia, and the other topic is about a conflict in a country in current times. So I don't know what does that have to do with
Yeah, I know.
Aisha.
I know he's trying to deflect.
and by
Yeah.
the way,
well,
Falcon,
but
if
okay.
we were having a conversation about politics, wars, crimes, okay, suffering, I think he would agree about many things that you say about those things. I don't think he enjoys all that suffering happening on the planet. I don't think so.
But what is the aim? Like, are you focusing on pedophilia? Do you want to discuss pedophilia? Is that
That's
the, or
what
you want to
he
talk about
wants.
religion?
Seemingly, that's what he wants. But no, I don't want to talk about it.
So he tries to use pedophilia to attack Islam, right?
Eh,
And hating
Yeah,
on Muslims.
yeah, but that's something in Islam, right?
Whether you
We
believe it
can
or not,
just
some Muslims believe this, some Muslims
Well,
don't.
what
But
about
Many
this is not
Muslims
the
believe
idea.
in that. So as an
Pe-
atheist, please let me share.
Yeah.
I don't care and I don't know. Okay, I don't know Muhammad. I don't have fucking time machine. Maybe he has never married anyone. I don't know. Okay, maybe someone was just writing about him false things. Maybe he didn't like Muhammad. Maybe he kept writing false things about Muhammad. Maybe that's the case in history. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know anything about those people. And when I look at the history, I see a lot of things very suspicious that tells me that, hey, don't trust this history, because there are a lot of controversial topics here and ambiguous topics here, and it can be anything. So I don't give a shit, okay? But there's a but here. That's what many people, many Muslims believe, okay? It's not his beliefs. This is what
Okay,
many Muslims
but
believe.
here's the point. Do you want to discuss pedophilia, or do you want to discuss religion and what
all
people
right? Well,
believe in terms of
let's talk
God, in
about.
terms
Hey,
of the
Falcon, I'll
afterlife?
ask you another
We have to
question.
be specific, otherwise we're
I'm
just
going to
hating
be
on Muslims.
specific. All right, let's be specific. What about the time when Muhammad stole his own son's wife? That's not pedophilia. Let's talk about that.
Again, we are not going to reach any conclusion as long as we're
Oh
talking.
yeah, we're going to get a conclusion from you. We are, because you said let's not talk about pedophilia, and I agree. Okay, let's not talk about pedophilia. Let's talk about how Muhammad stole his own son's wife and made him divorce her so he could get her. Where's the morals in that, Falcon? Like, that's a moral question. Can you tell us about? Give us the answer for that one.
Again, we are using lies to
They're
justify
not lies.
hate.
They're in the hadiths. Stop saying they're lies.
No one was stolen. You're just making things up.
He did.
You're
We
not
know
discussing
who-
in good faith.
We know who he. Listen, we know who his son was. He was an adopted son, and Muhammad stole his wife. It's common knowledge amongst Muslims. So
You can't steal a wife, brother. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
not
You can't.
saying that. I didn't make up the story. All right, it's in the hadiths. All right, so stop
You
blaming
made this
me.
up. Nobody stole anyone. You can't steal
He
someone's
did.
wife. That's bullshit.
He went there, right, because he sent his adopted son off to war. So while he was fighting battles for Muhammad, Muhammad knocked on the door, and she was at home, and his eyes went zooming into her. And then when he came back from war, he's told him, "Look, I want to marry her. You have to divorce her." That's exactly what happened, and that's how the story was.
You see, philosopher, he has an agenda, and he came
I
here not to
don't have an
discuss
agenda.
religions.
I want to know what's the morals.
And
What's the
Falcon,
morals of the story?
Falcon, that's obvious, okay? Like, if you don't want to discuss with him, then don't discuss with him. But like, if you think that this is his agenda, and seemingly this is, by the way, I agree with you. He wants to tell what he learned about Islam to other people. He seemingly, obviously, he dislikes Islam, and he wants to share his knowledge about Islam. And by the way, he's not randomly creating these stories. Like, what he said can be even supported through the Quran. Like, that incident is even mentioned in the Quran. It's not saying Muhammad stole the wife, sure, but even that story has mentioned it in the Quran. But anyway, like, the thing is, he wants to discuss about that. If you don't want to discuss, then it's okay. You don't have to. You think that that's false? Then you should bring your evidence. You should show why he's wrong about what he thinks, what he found. But you're not doing that also. You're just complaining about his topics.
But here is the thing: are we talking religions or are we attacking religion?
No, we're talking
Here is
about
the difference.
Muhammad.
Okay, but here's the thing. There's this story, right? He's talking about what is inside that religion, okay? And his purpose is aside. If you think that that's false, you should show it. And someone else's aim can be attacking the religion also, right? If other people are attacking atheism or other people or other religions, okay? And again, if you have problem about what he says, okay, if you think that it's false, please try to prove that it's false.
Why is it a problem to admit that he was a pedophile? I mean, no.
No,
A lot of
it's just an
atheist
incident.
people are pedophiles too. Christian people too.
See, we're not talking. We're not debating religions and faith and whether there is a God or not, or is there an afterlife?
We can do that, Falcon. Like that's
all we're
important
talking
here.
about is we are cherry picking.
No, not always.
Controversial topics.
Falcon, in this room, God's is mostly the spoken topic here. Those are side topics, and when people are not discussing about those topics, then yeah, Jack and other people are just going in detail and they want to discuss those topics also, and it's okay. You want to discuss God? I'm here.
Yeah, but see, because Muhammad, he claimed to be talking to Gabriel, who claimed to be talking to God. So it's all related, you know, like Phil, you know, like you got to, you know, like you got to follow the chain, right? And the chain is God sent Gabriel. Gabriel said, you know, talk to Muhammad, right? And it's all about God, really, because if you claim to be a prophet, it means like, okay, well, maybe there's a God. So let's talk about the validity of this person saying I'm a prophet, because I can turn around and say, well, I'm a prophet, you know,
Oh, you
and
just
then
did it
what's your evidence?
the previous day and the day before. You did it already.
You
Jack
know, like
claimed to be a
I
prophet.
asked if I'll tell you what happened, Phil, and this really triggered Falcon. He lost the plot. Uh, there was one question where I actually asked him. You know, I said, where did Muhammad meet God? And he said, oh, in a cave, right? And I said, who did he speak to? And he says, you know, Gabriel. And I says, well, is it true that he got squeezed? And he goes, yeah, he did. He got squeezed. And then I said, what happened next? He says, oh, he asked him to read. And Muhammad said, no, I can't read. So my next question was, well, what did he want him to read? You know, like, did he say, here, read this book? And I said to Falcon, I said, what did he want him to read? And he says, good question. And he says, I'll research it. And that was like 2 years ago. So I'm still waiting on that research to come to the surface. You know, like what did Gabriel want him to read?
Yeah,
And he's
and
still,
you can take it as a like critique, Falcon. Like it doesn't make sense, right? Like for the first time, Angel comes to a person and he says, "Read." And by the way, there's another problem Jack didn't mention. People believe that Muhammad wasn't able to read and write, and you are a god or angel. You don't know Muhammad can read or not, and you're saying read. That also doesn't make sense.
yeah. And not only that, right? Gabriel, if he's got the power of God, because God would say, you know, like sent him down and told him to read, and then he failed on his first mission, you know, like, so if he can't make Muhammad read, right, that means everything else, what he got him to do, he probably failed in there too. And that's why the story becomes a little bit weird for me, you know, like, why are you sending someone who's got no power to do anything? Because he couldn't get him to read from day one. If you can't get any, like I can get my son to read, right? But and I'm not claiming to be a prophet.
And one more
See,
thing, you receive
yeah,
a message for 23 years, and you still can't read.
yeah.
23
Like,
years.
Falcon, can you address that problem? That's got nothing to do with, you know, pedophilia. Can you address that one? And don't give us this bullshit like he's only human. I don't want to hear that one again. I've heard that one 1,000 times. Hello, Falcon.
Yeah,
Anybody
Yes,
home?
yes. Um, by the way, it's not weird. Look, I mean, there are people now, Muslims, who can't read or write, but they memorize the whole Quran. I mean, these people exist.
Who are they memorizing it from?
Just off the top
Hey,
of their head.
it wouldn't be you.
No, no, not me, but I know some. There are some
Oh,
people, some
right.
Muslims.
Well, can you address
They
why Muhammad? Even these Muslims who memorize the Quran,
yeah,
that's
they
okay.
rely on their memory.
But Muhammad wasn't asked to memorize; he was asked to read. I want you to address the reading part, not the memorization part.
Look, the problem is we are not discussing in good faith. Like, for example, you can tell
What?
me that. Look, if you tell me that, um, let's see, blood is red, I can keep arguing with you. Oh no, no, it's not. You see it as red, but actually it's not. Just trying to be argumentative. Like you can't go
No, I'm
and
not.
go dive. Wait a minute. You can't dive into Islam, into a story in the Quran, and keep as a child keep um, cherry picking and laugh at some parts. This is not a story to laugh about. What you need to do is to understand what the message here, what the story is all about.
Yeah,
Because tell
what
me any
is it
story.
all about? Yeah, you tell me.
Tell me.
What's the
Okay, wait a
story
minute.
about? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
tell me.
Good
Tell me any
question.
story that happened to you in your life, and I'm gonna keep making fun of your story. Just tell me any story. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you a good story. My
Yeah.
grandfather, right,
From which side?
of my father's side, right, he died, right, and he died standing up. and he stayed standing up for about a year, right? And no one knew that he died, right?
Bullshit. Okay, you know what? Even if the story is right, I can make fun of it. I mean,
I
it's
can
just
make fun of
ridiculous.
it.
No, I want give me a true story. Give me
That's a
something
true
that
story.
then
I hadn't
it's bullshit. Yeah.
What? It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Why is it bullshit?
When you die, you can't keep standing.
Really? Are you sure about
Yeah.
that?
I'm sure about that.
You
You're gonna
realize that?
fall.
I feel. Is this on YouTube right now?
It is.
It is on YouTube. Yeah.
All right. So you claiming that I'm lying, right?
You are lying. Yes.
All right.
Because
Well,
that's your
funny
story.
you say that.
Look, don't deflect. Don't deflect. That's
I'm
your
not.
story. Stick to your story. Okay.
I am. I'm
Continue.
sticking to my story. I'm
Okay.
sticking to my story, and you're calling me out. You're saying you're calling me a liar, right?
I'm calling your story a lie, and you are a liar.
Oh,
yes.
okay. But anybody who tells a story like that, are they lying?
I'm talking about you, just you.
I know you're talking about me, but if anybody else
Don't deflect. Don't talk about another story. Focus on your story. Yeah, go ahead with
I am
your story.
focusing on my story. Why is it a lie?
Because it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so why? Because
You
of
are
the
a liar.
standing up part?
I'm talking about you. I'm not gonna. What I'm telling
Yeah, but
you
is it because
the
he can't
story you are
stand up
saying.
because he died?
Don't deflect, Bulldog. Don't change
I'm
the
not.
topic.
I'm asking you questions.
I'm asking you. You are the one telling me the story. I'm the one making fun of your story. That's the way
Yeah,
you do
I
with
know,
Islam.
I know, and I want to keep going with it. All right.
Go ahead. Continue with it.
What I want to know, why is it? Is it a stupid story because dead people can't stand up? Is that the reason why it's stupid?
Where it happened? Where was the place? Was it in the kitchen?
In Australia. In Australia.
In the kitchen, outside? Tell me specifically.
It doesn't
where
matter.
No,
It
it
doesn't
does.
matter where you died. It's got nothing
No.
to do. Who cares
If it
where
was
you
a
died?
if it was a true story, you will tell me where
Why
exactly
isn't
it
it
was.
true? Is it because dead people can't stand up? Is that the reason?
Exactly.
Yes, you can't be standing on your feet while you're
So
dead. But you
anybody
said
who dies, right, standing up, are liars, right?
keep deflecting. I can't
I'm
argue
not
with this.
deflecting.
I'm trying to prove a point. I'm trying to prove a point that if you are talking and discussing in bad faith, you always will find faults and you always make fun of whatever you want. I mean, it's easy to make fun.
Falcon. Look, do you have answers for the people who are not making fun?
What I'm saying is, you can't talk with people who are bullies. They're just bullies.
Okay. Do you have Falcon?
You will be talking. Yeah.
Falcon. Do you have answers for the people who are not bullying? Can you say that people who don't bully, they cannot ask the same questions?
Sometimes not. I don't know anything. But when I tell a story in Islam, I'm talking in a good faith. So you can inject, like, you can interrupt me and just make fun of my story because you're not focusing on what I'm trying to say. You're just trying to make fun of me. That's the
Okay,
problem with
Falcon,
Bulldog.
and your problem is you're not listening also, okay? I'm asking you, do you have answers for people who don't do such things?
Sometimes they can, sometimes not. I mean, it depends. But
let's suppose
I
the
don't
same
think
questions.
When someone is telling a story and you are focusing so much on the peripherals, you're not listening.
I'll mute you. I don't know if I will unmute you or not, Falcon. So that's the problem. You're complaining about someone, but you are not way different than the people that you're complaining. So you're not listening, man. Like, I'm asking you that, do you have good answers for the people who are not like Jack? Whatever you think about Jack, okay, you cannot assume that all people are like Jack, okay? There are people who don't believe in Islam, but they want to understand. They want to know. But you're ignoring them, like you're ignoring my questions. I just repeated again and again. I complained that you're not listening, and you kept not listening.
Because he has no answers, right?
I don't know. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but seemingly he doesn't.
Okay, give
you're
him a
not
chance.
giving-
Give him a chance to give us an
Okay,
answer.
let's make it clear again. So here's the thing, Falcon. You cannot assume that all people have the same attitude, okay? So forget about Jack or Jack-like people. Do you have answers for the same questions? Because those questions can be asked by sincere people also. Okay. If you have answers, I want to hear.
Me too.
I don't have answers for all the questions, of course, but that doesn't make the story false.
I didn't say the story false. Falcon, why are you trying to like make other points? You can easily say, "Hey, wait a second, Jack. Yeah, that's a question. That's a big question, and that's a hard question for me, and I don't know the answer. I'm sorry." You can say that, right? Like when people ask me questions, I mostly say I don't know, and people even becoming irritated by my I don't knows. Okay, but that's the case. I don't know everything. I'm not a god, right? I cannot know everything. How universe exists, I don't know. How we came into existence as living beings in the universe, I don't know the fucking answer. Okay, and I don't know many other questions also. And if you don't have answers for some questions, say I don't know. That's all. Okay. Doesn't matter what was his intention. Okay. You can still be honest and you can say that, oh, I don't know the answer. That's all.
And that's what I've been saying for a long time. There are questions that I have no answers to, but
You haven't answered any of my questions.
this
All
is
the
beside the point.
2,500 questions that I've ever asked you, you keep saying, I'm going to do research. And you've been doing this now for like 4 years. I'm doing research. So don't fucking blame me when I come on you and ask you the same question. All right? So you've got to stop it. You're
Yeah,
the
but
one who
here's
claims
the
to be a
point.
Muslim and you live around the corner from the Kaaba and you got no fucking answers to any of my questions.
Look, when I tell you a story, whether it's my story or the prophet's stories, if you want to just make fun, if you just want to criticize me and bully me, it's easy to do. Like I can
Yeah,
tell
I
you that
noticed.
yesterday I was stopped by the police. You can say, well, how did they stop you? Did they catch you, or you were driving? I mean, you can always pick and try to make fun of what I'm saying. But if you are truly trying to understand, you will keep silent and you will get the point. What is the point I'm trying to tell you? And
You
usually,
haven't
if
made
we
a
are
point. You called me a
usually if you are
liar when
listening,
I said my grandfather died standing up. And straight away you attacked me and said you called me a liar.
I'm just
All right?
using your technique, Bulldog. That's
No,
your
you
technique.
can't use my technique because it doesn't work your way. That's the problem. My bullets only go in one direction. You don't have a gun to fire. You don't even have a water pistol.
He said water pistol.
No,
Okay.
and I could follow up with that too, but you're on YouTube, and it would be so filthy and disgusting to carry on. But
Please
like,
let's be careful more.
yeah, I know I'm going to be.
Yeah.
So
But here's
Falcon,
the let me say. Oh, I think he left. But let's say it for the audience, okay? But by the way, like he could speak. He just left. Okay.
Yeah, but that's what they all do, right? They leave the discussion because they don't have any fucking point to make.
Okay.
It's crazy.
But what he said, the last words were again, it was not fair because he's back. He said that like he's not trying to understand, trying to learn. Okay, it's the same case for you. Like there are questions that people are asking, and you don't have any answers so far, and you claim to be a Muslim, and you should have really good answers for these questions. And yet you don't have answers. And what about you trying to learn something? Try to
yeah,
understand
good
something.
point, Phil. That's a good point. Yeah, that's it. Like every time I got a question, right, they should be doing the research so they can learn, but they don't even have answers. So it's obviously they haven't learned nothing, and all they do is go, "Oh, you're bullying me, and you don't understand," and I got, all the excuses. That's all you get. It's excuses.
Yeah,
You don't
that's an
get answers. You
excuse.
just get excuses.
Yeah.
And then he called me a liar. And then I said, okay, does everybody who have this problem are liars? And then he just went on his little tangent. I think he knows where I'm going with this too, by the way.
Maybe.
So, Falcon, do you want to address that one? Because I can keep going on all day long if you want.
beginning, you have an agenda. You are trying to reach a conclusion from the beginning, which means you are not discussing in good faith. You are not discussing because you want to believe. You have a point in mind and you're just trying
Listen,
to prove it.
if I wanted to become a Muslim, you would be the last person I would want to ask because you don't give me any answers, and I'm not joining a club that I don't understand, and you don't even understand it yourself. That's why you get angry. You should go to anger management classes before you come on these platforms.
No, I'm not going. I'm not angry, but see,
You
Bulldog,
are.
you just said that you were trying to lead me into a conclusion that you have.
No, I'm not. I didn't lead you anywhere. I'm asking you, do you believe
Falcon.
that?
Oh, Jack. Okay, let's accept that, Jack. What's the problem? But when you say that, you don't lose anything. Yeah, that's my purpose. Say it, Jack. So what, Falcon?
Well,
That doesn't answer the questions.
I'm trying to learn Islam because if it's true, I want to get to the truth, right? And this is how I do it. I interrogate, right, what's going on, and I've got questions. Like everybody, all children in the world have got questions and they want answers. But I don't want you to piss in my pocket and tell me it's raining. Okay, I don't want that. And that's what Falcon tries to do. And then he uses excuses after that. It's like a barrage of excuses.
And you can be even right, Falcon, but it doesn't change the fact that you don't have good answers for those questions. And by the way, like, why you just focus on about his intentions that you assume? And again, like, even if you're right, that doesn't change anything, right? Like when there's a discussion, like the other opponent's intention doesn't matter. Like there were a lot of atheist people, they pretend to be a Christian or a Muslim. They came here and they discussed, and I didn't care about their intention. Maybe their intention was just to show me stupid or something else, or just to mock. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Their intention is not important. Like what we discuss here, those topics are important. Okay, what they say, how do I answer? These are more important. But you just want to focus on the intention of the person, and that's useless. Like it's a side point.
Well, that's your point, but
If you
I
had
always
good
believe,
answers,
yeah.
if you had really good answers, then maybe you could have the right to say, hey, wait a second, I really had good answers, and it was his time to research because I presented good evidence, I believe, and I answered all those things in a logical way, and now it's time to research. If he's honest, if he was sincere, then now he can go search and come back with new arguments. Then you can conclude, oh, wait a second, so that was your intention probably, but before presenting any good arguments, you shouldn't have assumed that, even if it's obvious. Okay, even if it's his intention is just to mock. Okay, even if he has already an agenda and he doesn't want to change that, let's assume that. Okay, but it doesn't help us, right? It's useless. Doesn't matter, people can have different kind of agenda. Okay, if you are representing your religion, you should have good answers. You should discuss it in a good way. You should present good evidence.
Well, that's your point, but again, I say when you discuss with someone, it has to be in good faith. If it's not, for example, one of the question can be, well, did Gabriel talk in Arabic or English or French? Oh, let's discuss about this. We are not. This is not going to lead to any conclusion. We can talk and be argumentative
Now
for
you're
hours.
strawmanning. Now you're strawmanning. Like his questions were not like they were not that much useless. I even added more questions, and they're not like the question that you were just presenting right now. That's a bad example, and it misrepresents the point here.
Well, the question he asked is how the prophet would read if he doesn't know how to read.
Don't you think that
I mean,
is a logical question?
it's not logical. No,
Why not?
that's when you're discussing in bad faith.
When
Because
you're discussing
this
bad faith,
this is you know that this is a historic story, and nobody knows exactly what went on step by step. We just know what the conclusion of what happened, or just a high level information of what went down there.
so you
So
don't have
when
an
you ask
answer.
these questions, yeah, of course nobody's gonna give you an answer. Did he see him? Did he touch him? These
Okay.
nobody's gonna give you details, man.
Okay. Don't you
I
think
mean, if I
at
ask
least
you,
this is
if I,
enough for someone else or a non-believer to be very suspicious about that religion or those claims? Like
no,
there's a
no, no, no,
claim,
no, no,
A
there's a
belief system.
claim.
no.
It doesn't make any sense
Yeah,
logically, and then your answer is, "I wait a second. I don't know how it happened, but I
yeah.
believe it happened."
What the
Okay, you
fuck?
know what? Did you have dinner yesterday?
Yeah, I had.
You know, I can speak with you for maybe 2 minutes, and I say, well, you are a liar,
Okay, you
because
can
I'm
say
gonna
that.
keep asking about details that doesn't make any sense, and
It
the
doesn't make any
conclusion would
sense.
be, yeah, I can ask you questions about your
Yeah,
dinner last night.
but like with Falcon again, like these are not good analogies. So people have dinner mostly, right? Okay,
No, but
and
that
when
doesn't
someone
mean,
says, "Yeah, I had
yeah.
dinner," most likely he had dinner. Yeah, is there any chance that he's a liar and lying about that? Yes, there is, but at least it's possible that he had dinner. But we don't have any good evidence that a person can talk to an angel because we don't have evidence for angels. It's not the
We don't
same
have
example.
evidence you had dinner last night. I'm just giving you an analogy to
Yeah, you're
understand
giving
that
an
if you are
analogy,
talking,
and that's a false analogy. It's not even close because
no,
food is real.
well, you
Food
can
is
dismiss
real.
it because,
Dinner is real. Humans are real. Okay, and it's possible that many people have dinner every day. It's possible, right? So
it could be or could be not. What I'm saying is, if there is a story, you can always make fun of it. If you are not talking
uh,
in good faith, you can
like
say, well,
we are
you are just a
talking.
liar.
I'm talking to you nearly half an hour. Do you think that I'm making fun of you?
No, no, I'm not talking about you now. I'm talking about the topic we started as
Okay.
The story of Gabriel talking to the prophet.
And do you think that like it was just for mocking?
That's where the argument is going. I see it. That's
But
how I see
again,
it.
and like it's when someone says, "Hey, you know what? I got a message from a unicorn." Okay, and when someone says, "Hey, you know what? I had dinner." Okay, I would never believe in the first claim, but the second claim, okay, I don't see any good reason that the person is lying about that. Well, can yeah, he can, but at least it's possible, and I don't have to be suspicious about the second claim. Okay,
Okay, so when we are talking about something that is possible, we are not allowed to ask about details.
you
But
can.
if we
You
are talking
can.
about
You can, but those
but
details
the
are not our
conclusion,
topic.
yeah, yeah. But if we talked about details and somehow you couldn't provide enough details, the
Mhm.
conclusion would be you are not a liar because
Yeah,
it's possible. But if
yeah.
we are talking about a story that we just know a little bit about and you ask about details, then the whole story is just false because we couldn't find the detail.
Okay, maybe it's not false, okay? But to be able to believe that it's not false, it's true, we need good evidence. Like we need really good evidence, okay? So again, when someone says, "Hey, you know, I had a really good dinner yesterday," you don't need a fucking good evidence to believe in that.
Well, in life, I mean, this is a easy story, the dinner, but we can go even further with some topics that's going to blend a little bit with the prophet's story. We might talk about maybe the landing on the moon. Is
And
it is it possible or not?
so, but that's
Is it?
again our
Oh,
topic.
by the way, Phil, he doesn't believe that we went to the
No, no,
moon.
no, no, no. It's not about
That's
believing here.
okay.
I'm just telling you. Do you believe the landing on the moon?
Uh,
We
um,
don't have
um,
evidence. Where is the evidence?
I don't care, man. Like this is not my topic. I'm like, do you see
No, but
any topic here in
yeah,
my room says about landing on moon?
but this is gonna blend with do you believe or you don't believe. Now here is
Doesn't
a matter of
believe.
belief.
It doesn't blend. Like the belief. It only comes to here for these topics only. God, afterlife, soul, and that's all.
Okay, someone came to you and he said that someone landed on the moon and he
I don't give a
believes this
shit.
as a
I don't give a
religiously
shit.
believe in this. No,
I
you
don't
have to give a
care.
shit.
No, I don't have to. It's not my concern. It's not my topic. I'm not interested in.
Well, I mean, if you don't believe, it could be a religion. I mean, if someone made
I don't
a religion
care
out of
whether it's a
a
religion or
landing
not.
on the moon.
I don't care.
Okay.
It's not my topic. Anyone can believe in whatever they want, okay? If it's in my interest, then I would go and question. If it's not, I don't care. I care about religions and God. That's why I question and I go in detail.
Yeah, we talk about serious topics that can, change people's lives. Do you believe in moon landing and all of that? It won't change anything in people's lives, right? Whereas
Mm-hmm.
religion, if people believe in religion,
Yeah.
well, it's gonna change their lives like drastically in all aspects.
Okay.
So we're talking about serious topics.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Let me add more. Okay. Let's suppose Islam is a false religion, but there is another religion which is true. If okay, I don't go in detail if I don't learn whether it's true or false. What if I believe in the false religion, and what if there's an afterlife and I have a lot of trouble because I believed in the false religion?
Well, look, there is going to be a problem with this way of thinking. If you have to understand every single thing,
Not every
then you're
single
not going
thing.
to
No,
learn.
that's straw manning again. No, not every single thing.
I'm just going with your logic.
Uh,
Um,
No, you're not going with my
what do you
logic. We're not
tell me
asking
something?
evidence for every single detail. No, we
Tell
ask
me something you
evidence
believe in. Tell
for
me something. Tell me
important things.
something in history that you believe 100% of.
I don't believe in
Anything
anything 100%.
in history that you
In
believe that
history, I
this
don't believe in
evidence.
anything 100%. I don't believe in anything 100%. Okay, but Falcon, I see your attempt. Okay, what I believe, what I don't believe about other topics are unnecessary, irrelevant. Okay, the topic is God, afterlife, soul.
So yeah, that's what I said from the beginning. Let's not go in details
Why not?
and make fun of Islam
No one is
by
making fun of
picking,
Islam for
but
45 minutes here.
yeah, but you see the point when you go deep and ask silly questions about a
They're
story
not
that
silly
happened.
questions. You're claiming that someone cannot read and write, and he yet being offered for reading something, and that doesn't make sense. It's not making fun. It's not useless detail. Okay, it's very important.
Yeah, but you wanna talk about a high level information, a
Okay,
high level idea. You wanna talk about the afterlife. You wanna talk about
so
religion
what?
in general. Yeah,
These are important topics, right?
yeah. Let's talk
Okay,
about this.
yeah.
Compare religions. I have no problem with that. But when you dive deep into one religion, this is not
So
gonna lead to anything. Like
really,
what is gonna be the conclusion if we keep talking about how did Gabriel talk with the prophet, or tell what he tell him or what he didn't tell
okay,
him?
the conclusion can be this: oh, seemingly this religion is false. Then I shouldn't believe in it. That can be the
If
conclusion, right?
listening to a story, if listening to one story and
It's not
you
one
jump to
story.
conclusions. Yeah.
No, it's not one story. Like he asked you a lot of questions, not one question, and all of them are different stories.
Well, all I heard is about how Gabriel
No,
forced
no,
the
no,
prophet
no.
to read.
Like he is asking many questions to you, Falcon. Come on.
Again, very specific, very detailed
Yeah.
questions, which is not gonna lead to any conclusion.
Okay. Well, what will lead to a conclusion in your case? Let's suppose Islam is true. What topic? Okay. What things that you see important can lead a conclusion about Islam?
What we can talk about, like Islam versus Hinduism.
No,
Hinduism, they
no.
don't
You
believe in
see,
God.
you
Yeah.
see, you see. Like now, you're being so fallacious. Like Islam false. I mean, Hinduism false doesn't mean Islam is true. I don't care. Other religions are false or not. We're talking about Islam here, since you're a Muslim. Okay, other religions being false doesn't prove Islam. So why you want to talk about other religions?
I mean, if you have a conclusion in your mind, like
There's no
from the
conclusion in
beginning,
my
that
mind. No, no, you're attacking personally. You are saying that, oh,
but
look, you just believe in something and you just want to prove that point and you don't care about the truth. That's your false opinion about people. Maybe not all people. Maybe you're correct about some people, but not all people, okay? Don't bring an excuse like that, even if it's obvious that people are not sincere, okay? That's just an excuse.
when you have an aim, for example, you want to go buy a car, you have an aim, you have an objective, you want to end up
Mhm.
with a car. But when you came with no aim other than you are wrong and I'm right, there is no religion,
No,
all of there is no
Here's the
God.
thing, Falcon. If
Yeah.
you're saying that, oh, the car is going, just focus on that. No, but wait a second. But someone is making a claim. He's saying that, hey, you know what? When the car stops, that means the fuel is over. You go and pee in the tank. That's how this car works. And wait a second. Wait a second. Like, this car doesn't seem like a normal car. I don't see such kind of cars. But you're saying that this is how this car works. Go and piss in the tank. And you're saying, wait a second. Hey, philosopher. This car is going. Don't ask details, man. Okay, that's just one claim.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's not important.
And you think
Don't focus
okay.
on that claim. Just go, okay? This car is going.
Okay.
That's what
Now
you're
you
saying
think
right
this
now.
is okay. Yeah. Yes. Now you think this is funny. Let me tell you a story that
But
happened
it's
to me.
funny. Oh, my
Wait a minute.
example
Wait a
is
minute.
funny. Yeah, that's true.
No. It's not funny. I like it. You know why? Because when you don't understand the whole story, you think people are naive and stupid. Let me tell you a story that happened to me 2 years ago. I was in Switzerland and I rented a car and I was driving the car down the street. The car broke down. You know what was the problem? They told me, go to the gas station and buy urine. There is a huge jug of urine that they take from the cows, and you have to go and you have to put this in the tank. You have to actually pour the urine in the tank. You know why? Otherwise, the car is not going to run. And they say, well, this is good for the environment. This is a true story. Go online, search it.
This
You'll
is a
find
true
this is a
story.
true story. This is a true story happened to me. Search it. If,
And
if
did
I'm
you do
wrong,
that?
I'm gonna
Did you
I'm
put?
gonna concede.
Did you
Look,
put?
if
You,
look. If
You get
look, wait a
you
minute,
buy the urine and
guys.
put it in
Let
the
me
tank.
finish. God damn. Let me
Did
finish for a
you
second.
buy the urine and put it in the tank and you got sucked in?
I did.
Well,
And the
you're a
car
silly
started.
boy, aren't you? You're a silly boy. Just
The
like
car
you got sucked
started.
in with all the bullshit stories in
Search
the
it.
Quran. You're a silly
Search it,
boy.
guys. Oh man, And
You
all
blew
people are
yourself out of
crazy.
the water again.
Falcon. Then you were saying
When
that
you
Jack is
when
making
you
fun
mix
of you.
when you
Uh,
mix when you mix this urine with the gas, it keeps the environment safe. This
don't give a shit. I don't give
chemists
a
know
shit.
about this. Yeah,
I
you didn't
don't
give a
give a
shit about
shit.
anything.
Hey,
Yeah,
Falcon. Falcon,
you didn't like my example.
no, your example
Go
is
search it.
useless, Falcon. I don't give a shit
Search
about the
it.
environment. Okay, so like
Yeah.
my example was different. The tank is empty. Put the urine. Is gonna work or not? Tell me.
Because we didn't know the whole story. Now, if I
Forget
tell you
about the
this
whole
story, you would
story.
think
This is the whole
you would think
story. The
you
tank
would
is
think I'm making
empty,
fun of you.
Falcon. The tank is empty. Pee in it. It's gonna work or not?
What I assume now, it's not, but maybe the technology in the
Oh,
future is gonna be
fuck the technology
using
in the
your
future. I'm asking right now. Okay, that's not a
right now in
yeah, right
Switzerland,
now.
you have to use cow's
Uh,
urine
uh, to
in
to
order to
ma-
start your car. Otherwise, your
in
car
order
is not gonna run. If you tell someone this story, he will be
the cars are
laughing at you.
working without oil.
No, you have to use urine
Okay,
for
then
the car to start.
that's something else. That's not the same example. Okay, that's not the same thing we're talking about right now. I'm asking you a specific question. Cars can work with only urine, only with urine. Right now, do you know such cars?
I'm not aware of such thing as of
Yeah,
now.
we
As
don't
of
know,
now, I'm
right?
not
We
aware.
don't know. There is no such
Yes,
cars. Yeah, we are not aware.
yes,
Okay, so
yes.
if I come to you, hey, this is your new car. Go with it. When it's empty, piss in it. Would you say, oh, okay, I'll go? Would you say that? Or you will go and check the details? Because just because car was working, that doesn't mean it's going to work with the urine.
I
That's
tell
what
you, I
we're
mean,
doing,
life.
okay? That's what we're doing. We look at the stories, we see something
I
extraordinary,
wouldn't
and we ask
look. No,
questions. Hey, wait a
no, no.
second. Someone is talking to an angel. Wait a sec. We should wait and question it. Well, and wait. Muhammad didn't know how to read and write, and still, well, the angel wants him to read. That seems weird. Okay, so we question. That's all.
So
And you're saying we
if you
don't
tell
know.
me, yeah,
Okay, it's okay. Then it's over.
yeah.
You don't know how. Period. What the hell then you're trying to say? I don't understand. If you don't know, that means you don't know. That's all.
What I'm saying is, if someone is telling you a story and your whole focus is just to make fun of this person, you're not gonna end up. What you need to do is you.
Okay, you're so dishonest, Falcon. You should know that. So far, if you didn't learn that, you should know that. Okay, and that's what I think. I was not trying to make fun of you. It's nearly 1 hour. I'm talking to you. Okay, I'm telling you, hey, these details are important. We want to know. Okay, and you keep saying people are making fun of me. People are making fun of me. People are. Stop giving excuses. Say I don't know. That's all. I believe in something without knowing it, and I want to believe in without knowing it. That's me. Okay, you can say that. Just say it. There's no shame in it. People believe in many things without knowing anything about it. Okay, just say it and save us. Okay, from wasting our times. And we can say, oh, okay, yeah, this guy doesn't know the answer. Okay, cool. Well, let's go to the next guy who claims to have an answer. Stop blaming our people or complaining about our people. Oh, they're making fun of me. Stop doing that. It's useless.
Give him back the mic, Phil. Let him continue. Oh, you got a bit of lag going on, Phil.
What? I didn't hear you. I got tired. Ooh. Is it freezing? Oh. Okay. There is a problem. Maybe I should refresh it. Okay, I have some problem.
Your dishonesty has gone off the rails today.
I missed all those questions. I was gonna read. There were some questions for me, but now I can't see them.
Falcon
So
uses the same, regardless what topic you talk about. He uses the same thing, like, oh, you shouldn't worry yourself about, questioning bullshit. You should just believe it. But the funny thing is, he didn't believe me with my story about my grandfather dying and standing up. He said that that's bullshit.
okay.
I found that very dishonest of you, calling me a liar, but you failed to use those same things on other people, Falcon. Now, do you want to challenge me on another topic in Islam? Falcon, do you want to challenge me again? I got lots of stories, by the way, Falcon. I don't have like 5 or 6. I got like 5 or 600. But I'm prepared.
I'm not gonna challenge you on Islam. I'm gonna challenge you on your beliefs. What do you believe as an atheist?
And I'm challenging you. And I told you a story about how my grandfather died standing up. That's my belief.
I'm gonna challenge you against
Okay, so
white supremacy.
Are you challenging me and calling me a liar, and that my grandfather couldn't stand up after he died because dead people don't stand up? Is that your conclusion?
No, I'm gonna challenge you on your beliefs, Bulldog. I'm not
I
gonna
just
challenge
told you what my belief was. My father died standing up.
Well, that's a hoax.
All right, so it's bullshit, right?
It's your belief, so you
Okay,
need to
but
defend it.
what about if other people told the same story?
I don't care about other people. I'm
I
talking about
know,
you.
I know you don't care. You don't care about anybody but yourself. I get it. But
Falcon,
if somebody else told the same story, would you believe them?
that's so cheap, Falcon. So, like, let's suppose you prove that his claim is false. That doesn't make your claim true, also. Well, why you're just trying to appeal to other people's beliefs? Don't do that, okay?
Because he's trying to deflect.
Do you have a question for Jack, philosopher? Do you have a question
He's
for him?
deflecting.
No, I'm asking you. He stated that his grandfather died standing.
Oh,
Do
okay,
you
so
see this as a possibility? Do you believe this?
like if someone is just leaning on the wall and got shot by a bullet, why not? I mean, people die, right?
Yeah, I want you to argue with it. I want you to challenge him
Why?
on
Why,
this
why should I
belief.
challenge that? Like dying is a thing, right? Well, people die. People die in many conditions. People die in their bed. People die by walking, running, or in the plane, or while they're having sex. They die in many different conditions, and standing is just one condition. And people can stand, right?
And there is a possibility, right? Like dinner,
Yeah,
as we talked about the
yeah,
dinner.
exactly.
Very
Yeah.
smart, very smart.
Okay.
I like your thinking.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if Jack was claiming that his grandfather died on a unicorn, I would say, "Hey, Jack, wait a second. Like, there's a problem in your story. We don't see any fucking unicorns. Like, how come your grandfather died on a unicorn?" Then I wouldn't
But
believe.
dying standing makes a lot of sense.
Why not? Yeah.
It makes a lot of
Very
sense.
smart.
Okay, let's go with that, Falcon.
I like this.
Let's
like
go
where
with
the
that.
topic
Let's
is
go
going.
with that. I'm going to go with you. All right. Okay. It makes a lot of sense, right? What about if you were still standing after a week? Does it still make a lot of sense?
I'm not. This is hypothetical. I'm talking about
No,
what
no,
you
no.
believe.
It's real. It's real. What about after a week and you're still standing? Does it still
What
make a
about
lot
it?
of sense?
What about it? Look,
I'm asking you. Don't fucking try and.
Don't ask me. You are the one telling the story.
No, I know I'm telling the story. I'm asking if it makes a lot of sense. I want to see where your brains fall out. Would it make a lot of sense if he was still standing after a week?
You are telling me a story that happened
I
to
know
your
I'm
grandfather.
telling you a story, and everybody's listening to my story. I'm trying to work out, would it make a lot of sense if he was still standing after a week? That's
No,
my question.
no, it doesn't. Let
Don't
me help
ask a
you, Jack.
question. Now, what you need now is to finish your story and tell us what exactly
I
happened.
want to go with you, Falcon. I'm
Don't
trying
go
to
with
find
me.
out
Don't go
where
with
the
me.
story for you doesn't make sense. That's where I'm going. Now, I'm going to ask you again. Does it still make sense if he was still standing after a week?
Don't ask me. I don't know why you're
I am
asking.
asking you.
I'll help you, Jack. I will help you, Jack. Let me answer the question. No, it doesn't make sense.
Right. That's you, Phil. I'm not asking you. I'm asking Falcon. I
I
want
know,
to
but
find
he's
out
not
where he's
answering.
going to draw the line.
I'm not going to answer his story. He's the one making the story. Finish the goddamn story.
It's a question.
I can't finish until I get an agreement from you.
You're asking me
Uh,
a question about
I
your
know,
story.
I
That's
know I'm
stupid.
asking you. Stop repeating something that we all know that I'm asking you.
I'm
Exactly.
not going to
Just
answer
answer
it.
yes or no.
Fucking answer the fucking question. Does it still make sense that he's still
I don't know.
standing after a week? And stop
I don't know.
saying,
You are the one making the story.
I know, and I want you to answer. Does it still make sense?
Well, the philosopher said yes, there is a possibility. So I'm going
What
to go
about
with it.
I
after?
said
What
no.
about after a month?
What do you mean no? You said there is a possibility that he could have died standing.
Like I think you're not listening, Falcon. Like he
No, you are the one
same-
forgetting what you just said.
he
You
asked the
said
same
that there is a
fucking
possibility.
question many fucking times. Does it make sense if he was standing for a week? And my answer was no 2 times. Okay, and I had never say yes. You're the one who's not listening. Because you have an agenda not to answer his questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good, Phil. I think he is got an agenda. He just refuses to answer.
And look, it's just a
But I'm going to
question.
press him hard. I'm putting him on the witness stand, and I'm going to press him real hard for answers.
He don't answer in the exams. He said you made the question paper. You answer.
We could go in detail. We could make sense of those questions. Let's suppose, like someone tried to kill his grandfather in a deserted forest. Okay, and he tied his hands, okay, on the branches of the tree, and that makes him stand by support because he's handcuffed on a tree, and he died standing. He might stay there for even more than a week, maybe a month, till someone discovers the body. Okay, so like you can answer in that way also. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't kill, right? Because he didn't give all the details. Yeah, you're right, maybe. But you can say yes, no, and then you can go according to what he said. You can change your answer. Okay. Like he could say, wait a second, what if he's hanging on a tree? Oh, okay, then yeah, he can stand more than a week. So what? Yeah. Like, well, what's the point? What's the whole point? By the way, like, let me mention this, okay? Not for Jack, because Jack loves to do that. It's not for Jack. It's for the audience, for the people. When you guys discuss with people, okay? When they don't give the answer, when they start asking questions about your beliefs, that's the red flag, okay? Don't answer.
Yeah, he's trying
That's
to
not the
deflect.
topic.
That's what he's doing.
They want
He's
to turn the
deflecting.
table because they know
Yeah,
that they're not able to answer.
Yeah.
And some people even don't accept that they don't know the answer. And that's another red flag, okay? So don't waste your time because they don't want to learn, understand anything, okay? They say, oh, but you also believe in that. You also believe in that. So what? That's not the topic. If I create a topic one day about moon landing, let's discuss, okay? But that's not the topic here. That the topic is God, okay? If you see Jack in a room while he's talking about his own beliefs, go and challenge. or any other person, doesn't matter. But when the topic is God, you don't need to talk about other topics or other beliefs, okay? And again, what makes sense, possible things make sense, okay? A person had a dinner, makes sense. Someone died while he was walking or standing, doesn't matter. It makes sense, okay? That doesn't mean necessarily it was true or the story was true. Doesn't make, but it doesn't make it liar also. But when it comes to unfalsifiable claims, supernatural claims, that's a very big red flag, okay? You don't go to say, well, wait a second, well, what if it's true? How can I say it's not true? I mean, how I can say, because there are no such things that we observe. We don't see unicorns. We don't see people splitting the moon. We don't see people coming back from the death after 3 days. We don't see such people. That's why it doesn't make sense when someone tells a similar story. It's not about like someone telling the truth or not. This is not the topic. Yeah, maybe Jack is just making up the story about his grandfather. That's possible also. But at least he's telling a story which is possible already, because all those components are possible. Humans exist, yeah, check. Death, yeah, people die, check. And people die in many conditions, check. All those are checking. But your story is not checking something. Muhammad exists means humans, some humans existed in the past. Yes, check. Angels exist? No, doesn't check. We don't have evidence for that. Angels are talking to humans? No, there's no check here. People can read at the same time they don't know how to read? Doesn't check. It contradicts, okay? So there are many things which are not checking in your story. That's why we have the questions. That's why we're asking. And his story is not that much important because all those things are checked. And it can be true or false, okay? But your story sounds like seemingly false. That's why we're questioning. And again, like while questioning, yes, some people may have the purpose just to make fun, okay? Maybe they have an agenda that they never gonna believe in your story. And even if this is the case, don't blame them because your story doesn't check a lot of facts, okay? And not all people are the same. You don't have the answer. Say, I don't know, okay? That's all. Putting urine in the tank doesn't make sense. Yeah, for most people. Yeah, but again, you're twisting the example. Like you're talking about something else, okay? That they like mix. They have a mixture of a fuel, and that the property of the fuel probably adjusted accordingly. Okay, and that's how they combine and mix those things, and it still works. Okay, if you put water in the tank a little bit, it might work again. Okay, it doesn't say. But if you just put water in a fucking regular car, it doesn't work. You wouldn't expect that. That was the example, and you're still trying to twist it. That's dishonest. Okay, it's not the same story.
Yeah, you should kick him out. You know, he's too dishonest. You should kick him out.
That's okay. There are more dishonest people in this room, and they had the mic. Oh, people are not free to talk here always. You should know that. Okay, what's the time?
So Falcon, like, are you going to do some research on this, or are you going to turn around and say, "Call me out"? Which one are you going to do? You're going to do the research, or are you going to call me a liar? Because I don't care which way you want to go. You can call me a liar if you want. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to get offended. I like it when people call me a liar because that's a challenge. So you've typed in the side chat freedom of speech. Well, give me your answer then. You got the mic. Give me the answer. Call me out, Falcon. I really want you to call me out. Call me a liar. That's the way I want you to go. Or you can go ask the audience, or try and change the topic, you
You
can go that way.
Yeah, you can ask the audience whether Jack's story about grandfather is interesting or
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
My answer is
And see
no.
if anybody wants to take your place, Falcon, because I notice that you like to do that when you get challenged, you want other people to answer for you because you don't have any answers.
That's the escape mechanism.
Yeah, it is. It is. He uses it all the time. He's very weak and vulnerable. And then he goes down the road of, oh, but I'm only human. You know, that sort of line of reasoning, which makes no sense because we're all human here. You know, he's just stating the obvious, thinking that like, oh, he's going to get out of jail with that. I don't know even where you heard that from, Falcon, but that doesn't work. So do you want to challenge me on something else, Falcon? I'm raring to go, Falcon. Trust me. I'm all fired up. And we want to keep the people in the live stream entertained, right? And don't give us this bullshit like you got to go like you always do. You know, that one there is getting a little bit tired as well. Like, oh, I got to go, you know. And it's not like you got to go to your wife because you said the other day you're not married anymore, so you can't use that excuse. Although you could turn around and say, oh, mummy's calling me. You can do that one. You can use that excuse. Mummy wants me to go to bed now. Yeah, all right, okay. You better do what Mummy says. Do you want to challenge me on something else, Falcon?
Yeah, finish your story. I mean, you started the
I
story.
can't finish it because
didn't
you
finish
won't
it.
Okay, look, Falcon.
I'm not
look.
going to answer any questions. Your story,
Well,
you
how
finish.
can I finish my story if you're not going to answer any questions?
There is no story in the world that has a question. There is no story.
There's no story in the world that has a question. I've got the questions. I want the answers.
No. I want you to finish your story. Just finish it.
Okay, look. Okay. My grandfather died, right? And he was standing up, and he was standing up for a month, right? And no one realized that he was dead, right? Everybody walked past, and no one realized that he's dead, but he was standing up dead for a month. Do you believe me?
I mean, it's your story. I don't know.
I know it's my story. I know that. Stop stating the obvious. I know it's my story. Phil knows it's my story. Everybody here knows it's my story. I'm asking you, do you believe me?
I'm going to take you at your words. I'm not going to
All right,
challenge
so
you.
you believe that. So now, so 1 minute you
I
said I
have
was
no
lying. Now you're
reason.
saying you believe me.
Philosopher told me that it could be a possibility, so I'm just gonna concede with this.
Oh, right. So you're going to do what he says now.
I'm gonna concede. I mean, he has an argument. He said, well, maybe he was leaning on the door, maybe he was in the kitchen.
No, he
or
wasn't
whatever.
leaving anywhere. I never said that. Like he was just standing up in the middle of the room.
Maybe he had clutches, or we don't know, or maybe he was hanged
My
from the ceiling.
grandfather, right? He had. Look, let me elaborate some more, Falcon, because you seem to be a little bit confused, right? He died standing up. He had a walking stick, right? And he was in the middle of the room, right? You following me there so far?
Yes.
And people walk past him every day, and no one realized that he was dead. Are you following me so far?
I'm following you, and I like your story. Yes.
Yeah, of course you do. Now, like, do you believe that story?
I do believe this story. I believe you are not a liar.
Right. So,
I'm going to take it at face value.
Okay, so now I'm not a liar because a minute ago you called me a liar.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say this. I'm going to take you at your words. I'm gonna believe you.
Right. So you believe that people can die standing up for a month and not fall down, right? Can you like name anybody else that you've seen this happen to?
Your father, your grandfather.
Yep. Yeah, can you do you know of anybody else that this has happened to? You know, like
No.
even not
No.
in your family, anybody else's family.
No, never heard of such a story, but there is a
Right.
possibility.
And
Yes.
you believe
Leaving right
that,
now?
like, you know, after
Oh,
3 or 4
Dante, yeah,
days,
you're late.
the bodies
The
decompose.
topic
Have
is
you ever come across that before?
God's existence, especially
There is a
discussion
possibility.
going
Yes.
on about Islam.
All bodies decompose.
And someone is telling about his story about his
Okay.
grandfather.
And
Here's
when
the
they
link. I'm
decompose,
ending the stream right
they
now.
smell
Again, thanks
really,
for joining.
really bad.
And if you're curious what
Okay.
happened before, you
Right.
can just check
But
the live
even though
section
people
on my
are
channel.
smelling really bad,
Bye-bye. Take
no
care
one
all.
noticed that my grandfather was dead. So do
Yeah,
you
but you
still
don't
believe
seem
it?
confident. You